Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Watch the pass.
Hey, orbit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on, D.
Leo. Now.
2nd and 1. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Touchdown, LA. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken very short. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
We got to get the stop here, D.
Shoot.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Shift.
Now. On the ball.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ready,
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
I'm coming.
Yep.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Operating from the gun. Lane. And Sanders has got it complete. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Mike, get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Ready?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's complete to Sanders. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 19.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Got it. Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Topper! Get it!
On 1st down, Dickerson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
That's the way to hit.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Check.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Look at me. Zip it now.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You think you're going to get this? You think you're going to get this?
Hey.
Watch 55.
Who there?
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
2nd quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation.
Greg Zuerlein up for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go. Get Lee Griffin.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Pick it up.
Looking to throw. Lane. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now he's going to go deep down the left, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got one. Get it.
Here's Sanders. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready. Go.
On 3rd down, Lane. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
This side, boys. Tight on the left. Move. Even.
Recon, 132.5 now.
Back to throw. Lane. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
60, Mike. 60, Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball.
Now.
Get that ball. 60, Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Drop deep.
Shoot.
Throwing again. Lane. It's caught by Sanders.
Let's get off the field, D.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Johnson, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to.
Trying to find Bruce, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down, it's Sanders. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Protein spill. Hey, Echo. Get it.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Bravo.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Look at me. Zipper.
Come on, QB.
From the gun, Lane, a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
4 down, check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll try the left side. Dickerson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
He'll drop to throw, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Rams tack on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
I got you.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
Check 52's to Mike.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Let's go. Get it.
Run, go!
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Ready?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Just like that. Hatchet.
36, 36.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1 yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See it walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6 yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Give me that ball, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson.
Kill.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Hey, foxtrot.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Here we go. Check.
Hey.
To Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Time to go. Night.
Hit it.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call that a sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Hey, seam 6.
Screen. Watch the screen. Mike 50.
Big dribble.
They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holt. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Hey, over.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Hey, check Mike. Watch it, 5.
Let him know.
Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Here we go.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Big edge.
X3. 218. Chopper. Smoke. Let go.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holt. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
We got 4. Kill.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll run on third down with Fall. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On the ready.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson, and he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Rams on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is third and 4.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
61, matchbox lights.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Hey!
Woo-hoo. Mike 55.
Shoot!
They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Come on,
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Get it in here. Come on.
Hey, Wahoo!
60 Mike. Go.
2nd and 14. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Down. 60 or.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Sneak rip.
Operating from the gun. Lane. And he's got his target. That's more. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
60 Mike.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
60 Mike. 60 Mike. 60 Mike.
From the gun. Lane. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Coming again.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Go.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Go.
Operating from the gun. Lane. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Go!
60, Mike, 60, Mike, 60, Mike.
Five.
On first down, Lane. Complete. It's Johnson. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
To number 81. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Detroit.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Go, Jackrabbit. Come on, get it.
Throwing on first down, Lane. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
On first down, it's Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Second and 13. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Corey Littleton gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Third and long.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43. I got it. 43 is the Mike.
Hustle, shoot.
From the gun, Lane. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This one taken from the 7. Fights him off. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now! Switch! Hit it!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete. He finds Falk here. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Any weapon. Yep.
Watch the motion.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Zipper! Big river.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
At all Over. Roy, Roy, Roy. Roy, Roy, Roy.
Ready, ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Yeah, baby.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the
It's just me
game.
and you. It's just me and you. Switch. Go. Switch.
They'll try the left side.
Run to the ball.
Dickerson.
Run to the ball. Run.
The ball comes out.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Ready up.
36 to Mike.
I got him.
Watch right there. Watch right there.
5.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper.
Okay, ready?
54, right there, right there. 54, Mike.
All day, baby. All day. All day, baby. All day. Get it.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback misses. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Los Angeles, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.